Lord, don't let me be led into temptation, because everybody got something that will tempt them. All right, y'all quiet up in here. You got sanctified men, amen, think they so saved that a woman can't tempt them. Be bragging about, I ain't got eyes for nobody but my wife. Ain't no woman ever tempted me. I ain't never been. I could walk on a beach down in South, what they call Miami, South, whatever they call it, down South Beach, Miami, and I can be the Lord and speak in tongues and won't even tempt me. I'm like, get away from me.
By now, many of you are probably aware of this whole situation. You know, this woman on TikTok who's calling out Bishop Charles Ellis for adultery. She's saying they had an affair from 2002 all the way to about 2018. When I first made my video on this, she was going by the name Melodic Insurance on TikTok, but now she's switched it up to Melodic Story. And get this, she's about to release a book titled The Bishop, His Wife, and Me, My Life Story Thus Far. Since this story broke and she started dropping her receipts, the Christian community has been divided. And let me tell you, I've been noticing that a lot of Christian women are coming for her, attacking her for sharing her story. So let's take a closer look at how Christians are reacting to all this. One of the comments from a Christian prophet who also happens to be a co-pastor of a church says, "My sister bid, his behavior is absolutely inexcusable. My question for you is, where was your level of discernment when it came to a man that is in covenant? Were you not convicted by way of the Holy Spirit?" Now, if you ask me, the man didn't respect his covenant. So if he didn't honor his vows, if he didn't respect that sacred commitment he made to his wife and to God, why should anyone else respect it? Another comment says, "Do you feel better? I'm curious as to why you want to go public. You repented, right? You don't know what he repented about. You were intentionally sleeping with a very married man and gained money, etc. You knew better. I don't have sympathy for this or you. You claim to not want to be messy, yet this is very messy. Unless God told you to expose it to the public, this should have been between you, him, and his wife. Go back and pray and continue to heal. This moment of fame is not it." Now, you're going to see comments like this all over, right? People attacking her, asking, "Didn't you know he was a married man? Didn't you know he was a pastor?" Like, hold up. Did he not know he was a married man before he asked her out? I'm just saying, there's this culture we have as Christians where we refuse to speak out about pastors we love. We don't want to talk bad about them, no matter the evidence. And I'm not just talking about this issue. Yeah, this Bishop Charles situation is still allegedly at this point. But if you look at all the scandals that have gone down over the years, like Bishop Eddie Long or Reverend O. Jermaine Simmons, the pastor who fled naked after being caught in bed with his parishioner's wife, it's the same thing. That guy didn't even step down from his pastoral duties. He said God told him not to step down, and he even got a standing ovation for his confession speech. I mean, come on. Christians were still defending him. That's because they know we'll defend them no matter what. And that's why you see all these comments attacking her. Didn't you know he was a married man? This kind of attack just encourages these guys to think they can keep doing whatever they want without being held accountable. Saying this should be between him, his wife, and the girl is just flat out deception. When you stand on a pulpit in public and preach righteousness and godly living, but behind closed doors, you're doing something completely different, you need to be held accountable publicly too. That's how it works. You can't teach people to live a certain way while you're out here doing the opposite. That's the whole point. Other people need to learn from these mistakes, and that only happens when the truth is brought to light.
She said that she was there because God is healing her. Said that Bishop Ellis did not break off the affair, but she said God did it. But she said that she's healing. It's, for me, it's like what she's saying, that she was there, the reason why she was at his birthday party where his wife and his children would be. She said she was there because she said she's healing. God is healing her. But to me, that's just like having an open wound and you've been treated by a doctor, but the wound is still not healed, but you go and waddle in a pigsty. Wouldn't that wound kind of get reinfected? Man. Well, I'm thinking the same thing about this relationship. Now, if you were really healing, why would you put yourself back in that situation? You, what that did that feel good to see your ex-boyfriend, the one, I'm sure, the one that made you all those promises, walk right past you with another woman on his arm? I bet you feel real good.
You know, people are questioning why she even went to the bishop's birthday party. Well, the party took place back in 2018. Around the time the relationship was over, she was seeking healing. But here's the thing, right? This one comment says she went to that party hoping he would have acknowledged her, and he didn't. She posted this to go viral. This ain't healing. This is desperation, messy and bitter. Now, I get it. People are going to have their opinions, but here's the thing. We need to understand that this is her story. She can tell it however she wants as long as it's the truth. Like, this is her personal experience, and that's something only she can own. She doesn't owe anyone an explanation about how she chooses to express herself or when she chooses to speak out. It's her life, her pain, her journey to healing. If she chooses to go public with it, that's her decision, and no one can take that away from her. I think it's important we allow people to express themselves in the way they see fit, especially when they've been through something traumatic. Now, a lot of people are conveniently forgetting that an affair is a consensual relationship. People are quick to blame this woman, acting like she's carrying 100% of the burden here, but that's not how it works. If you look at what we know, we can see that this man, who was 47 years old with an important title, saw exactly what she lacked, how vulnerable she was, and took advantage of that. He used her for his own pleasure, and let's not ignore that. Yes, she was a consenting adult, but we can't ignore the fact that he was in a position of power. He was a preacher, a leader, and he should have known better. And let's be real, grooming is a real issue, especially in the Christian church. And grooming isn't just about adult to child. It can be adult to adult, as we've seen in many cases. It's like that recent video by Mike Winger about Michael Brown's 23 years of cover-ups, where he was essentially grooming another man's wife. He was even telling this woman when she should get intimate with her husband. It's disturbing stuff, and it highlights how deeply the issue of grooming runs within certain circles.
Y'all got to stop being so judgmental. It's cool. It was a chance I took. I'm okay. But what I want to say to this comment is, you don't know everything. And everybody is not dealt the same cards. Some girls at a young age have that kind of common sense, and some girls don't. They have to learn, and hopefully they learn. Some women never learn. Some women will always compromise themselves for a couple dollars, for some companionship, and so everybody has their own journey. The fact remains is that I grew, I learned, and I'm not making an excuse for it, but I am telling my story. Y'all not going to make me feel bad about telling my story. Y'all not going to guilt shame me. Y'all not going to blame me. Y'all not going to ridicule me, criticize me, ostracize me. Because it's the truth. And it's not to exploit anybody. But at the same time, did they exploit me? Did they think about my family? I don't think so. Why is it always about the man and his family and what he's risking? Didn't he risk that when he decided to do what he did? Yeah, so come off of me. Get off of me. And guess what? I'm not even blaming him because I understand spiritual things. I understand spiritual attacks. Spirits work through people to derail destiny. This is not new. This happens. But it's hard to have spiritual conversations with people that don't have a spiritual mind. So let's bring our understanding up. When you're 17 without a support system, when you're 18 without a support system, when you're 19 without a support system, when you're 20 without a support system, and then at 21, 22, you finally meet somebody that is a support system, you will hold on to them, married or not. I felt like he was my friend. But at the same time, he exploited my brokenness and my weakness and my need for support and to have a friend. He didn't have to do the things he did. in the name of benevolence. He could have really just been a good spiritual father and not made it what it was. And you're right, it takes two, but at the same time, oh, you should have knew he was wrong. You should have knew that was wrong. It take babies time to grow. Okay? So y'all chill out with all that. Chill out.
To wrap up, I want to say to this lady, the fault is not with you, and it's especially not with his wife. The fault lies with him and him alone. And don't take it to heart when people, especially women, are being so mean to you in the comments. You were 22 years old, and he was in a position to take advantage of your emotions and your vulnerability. So tell your story, tell only the truth, embrace your healing, and let everyone be held accountable for their actions. That's my take on this whole situation. If you've watched this far, let me know what you think about this issue in the comments section. And if you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel.